Hi and welcome to Camille's Country Corner. I am Camille, and on today's episode we will be making some Halloween cupcakes. They're going to be triple chocolate, triple delicious, and I'll show you everything you need to get started. They're going to be cute, and I am making them for some friends and coworkers. So let's get started. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get to baking. For this recipe, you'll need flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, some vanilla, oil of your choice. I'm using vegetable oil. We need some buttermilk. We need a couple of eggs. We're going to be using some instant coffee and some baking cocoa. We're going to go ahead and start with this, and then I'll show you how to make the ganache frosting that we're going to be using for this. To our bowl, to our mixing bowl, we are going to add 1 3/4 cups of just regular granulated sugar, and we're going to add our 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mix that up. I'm going to go ahead and crack 2 eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and add those right in. We need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, let's go ahead and toss that aside. In my bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of flour. We are going to add 3/4 of a cup of our baking cocoa. I just have a store brand, I believe. Maybe Aldi's, I think. We need 3/4 of a cup of the baking cocoa. We need 2 teaspoons of our baking soda. 1 teaspoon of our baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of our salt. All right, we're just going to whisk that all together. All right, we are also going to need 1 cup of buttermilk, so I'm going to go ahead and measure that out. If you don't have buttermilk, you can make your own. You can use just regular milk and then add some couple of drops of lemon juice or vinegar to it and let that sit for a couple of minutes. And you will get buttermilk from that. All right, and I have just some instant coffee here. We're gonna do, let me see, 1 cup of our coffee, and we want that to be hot. You can also add a couple of teaspoons of espresso powder here. I don't have any of that, so we're just going to use the coffee today. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that up with the hot water. All right, we are going to add half of this mixture to our bowl. And we're going to go ahead and start it, and we're going to alternate that with our buttermilk and our hot coffee. Go ahead and turn that off. rest of our buttermilk and rest of our hot coffee. Scraper to scrape this down, make sure everything is combined. And we're going to mix that for about 2 minutes. I have 24 cupcake liners here. I'm just going to use these cute little Halloween ones. And we're going to go ahead and fill these about a third of the way or 3/4 of the way full. Okay, we probably could have gotten like 32 cupcakes out of this. I ran out of cupcake pans, so I'm going to go ahead and fill up a little one and make that on the side. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. We are going to bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes depending on your oven. For the ganache frosting that I'm making, we are going to be using some semi-sweet chocolate. I have 10 ounces here, and some whipped cream, heavy whipping cream. Let me show you how I make this. To my pan, I am going to add 1 1/4 cups of my heavy whipping cream. You can do this in the microwave if you'd like. Just 1 1/4 cups. So I'm going to heat this up on the stove. We're just going to get it warm. We are not going to burn or scald or bring it to a boil. We are just going to bring it to a slight simmer, and then I'll show you what we'll do with that after. Okay, I have my hot cream and I'm going to add it to my chocolate. And I've started to melt my chocolate a little bit. You don't need to do that, it's not necessary. All right, we're just gonna let this sit and then we're gonna mix it. All right, you can see our ganache is coming together now. I'm just gonna continue to mix it together until it's completely smooth. And our cupcakes have come out of the oven, so as soon as they cool and our ganache cools, I'll bring you right back so you can see how we frost these cupcakes. All right, now that the ganache is cooled and our cupcakes are cooled, we're going to go ahead and dip the cupcakes. Actually, I'm trying to figure out how to make this. It looks like a mirror, the mirror frosting. It's really glossy. All right, before our cupcakes dry, I am going to put a pumpkin in the middle of each one here. So you can see them all. I have some candy corn in here too I'll be using. All right, and then I have assorted sprinkles that I'm going to be putting all over. Okay, I'm going to continue on and we're going to keep decorating. Let's do a few more. All right, now we'll do some with some candy corn. And anything that's left over, we can save and use at another time, or you can let this dry and you can let it harden, and you can make candies out of this as well, and you can roll it in nuts or more chocolate. Lots of uses for ganache. All of these sprinkles are Halloween cutouts. This one's little ghosts and goblins. The other one was pumpkins and witches, I think. All right, let's clean up, and we'll let these dry for a bit, and then we will try them. All right, now that our cupcakes are done, they are still setting up. They're just a little bit wet still, but these will firm up so you can pack them up and take them to work or take them to a party, whichever you are doing. They're super moist and delicious, and they are extremely chocolatey. So if you are craving chocolate, this is the cupcake for you. You can't go wrong with this cupcake. And there's so many different versions and decorations that you can use for this. It's just fantastic. And I hope you give this a try. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button. We'll catch you on the next one. Happy Halloween, everyone.